Right, we're going to bring on our first guest, I think, at the moment. We've got a little while to go yet, but I think we're going to bring on Ian Bowling. So, Ed, if you want to nip off,
I shall.
We'll see you a little later. We've got Ian Bowling, a legendary goalkeeper with the Poppies, who joined in 1990 just for 2 games on loan before going back, and then to Mansfield Town, I believe it was at the time. Lincoln City, I was almost there. And then he came back until 2003, so a very long time with the Poppies, 105 appearances, the 4th highest goalkeeper since 1979, and welcome to Poppies
Thank
TV,
you. Thank you, Paul.
Ian.
Thank you.
Yep, it's been quite a while since you've been with us. I think the last time I saw you was against Fulham.
Fulham, yeah, we got invited down for the FA Cup game against Fulham. Me and Brownie, we came down and enjoyed it.
Good game, wasn't it?
Very good game.
5,500 there at Rockingham Road.
Unlucky that day, I felt. We matched them in every department.
Well, at 2-2, they brought on something like £26 million worth of substitutions, and we brought on Jean-Paul Marner.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is, isn't it? But you had some great times with the club, as I say, 105 appearances, as well as being a master craftsman at your art in goal there. One of the fans' favourites. One of the, I suppose, things we don't want to talk about too much, but was the horrific injury that happened to you against Tiverton. I won't say what do you remember about it, because I wouldn't have thought much.
I remember everything about it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I remember lining the wall up, the ball coming around the wall, just flinging myself to my left-hand side, and after that I didn't remember anything until I woke up in Kettering General.
It seemed to be a long time. I think you're about 15 minutes there on the pitch, I think, Ian. And
I can't remember that, no.
It was a long, long time, and then I think Darren Collins went in goal, and he lasted a little bit longer, and then I think Craig Norman had to go in goal as well, so 3 goalkeepers that day, trying to emulate Leicester City, I think it was, in the FA Cup.
I was very lucky that day, because obviously a club of Kettering size, you have a club doctor, you have a St John's ambulance men around, and luckily there was an hand to help me survive, really.
Urban myth, or is it true that the Trust, ironically, gave you a section of the post that you collided with?
No, they definitely gave it me. I've got it in my...
So you got all your trophies lined up there, and you've got this section of post. This is where I hit it.
Yeah, to be quite honest, it's quite heavy as well. It's cast iron, yeah.
Yeah, because they changed from the iron goalpost to the plastic variations, didn't they, make it safer? But,
not soon enough for me.
Playing-wise, though, what games stand out for you as being sort of the games that you say, in my time at the Poppies, I really enjoyed that game, or that's one that stands out?
I don't know, I couldn't say offhand. I enjoyed the cup victory. We had it Hull City, when we played Hull City away, that was good.
1-0, wasn't that one?
Yeah, go there and beat them.
Is that Fisher scored the goal for you?
I think it was, yeah. Did you play that one, Brian? Yeah.
Phil nodding there, knows every game he played, and probably got them all detailed down there as well. But was it a wrench to leave Kettering when you finally left? I mean, you went through that great season of promotion with the last game at Tiverton.
It was.
You didn't play in that game, but then the next season you came back in the conference.
It was, yeah, because I came in to see the chairman and Dominic, because we got rid of Shutty at the time. And it wasn't certain that I'd be starting or playing and what I got offered. And then Works Uptown came in for me, where I was living at the time. They offered me a 2-year contract at 38 years old.
Got to take it, haven't you? So
I'm sorry, but I had to take it, which I didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it at all.
Really?
But no, it was a complete change from going from professional to being here to being at Works Uptown.
Yeah.
The level, it just shocked me. I didn't enjoy it at all.
As I say, you're number 4 in the goalkeeping chart, 105 appearances. Yeah. It's some stretch, isn't it? 105 appearances in goal.
Well, if you play, it's only like 3 seasons worth, isn't it, if you play every game?
40 odd, yeah. You're almost there. But you did play with Phil a few times, I believe.
Yeah, I first met Phil in 1988, Lincoln City, and then Brownie got released just after that. But
yeah, Phil actually played in the Lincoln side that Kettering beat home and away when Lincoln won the league, didn't they, the GM Vauxhall Conference?
I went the season after when we got back in the league. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. So known him a long time and been friends with him for a long time.
Yeah, very long time. Yeah, we've been having some laughs on the way down and reminiscing. And
I know we mentioned before we came on air about Rockingham Road, but you've both seen it. It must be quite a tragic sight for you seeing it in that state. It's
unbelievable. It's a disgrace that the council can't step in and help the club out. And it's like, I was listening to the Talk Sport yesterday, and Everton, they're having this new £300 million stadium built, and they've got the backing from the council so they can loan the money, so they can lend the money. The chairman's a billionaire, but he's still taking a loan. It's a mortgage on the
I mean, we see non-league wise, many clubs have councils that support them one way or another, but ours just seem to don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Well, you're seeing it now with the 3G pitches. The councils are putting money in because they know how good it is for the community. And we've got a chairman now who won't take a penny off anybody. He puts all his own money in at Stabler, at goalkeeping project Stabler. Yeah, and he's on about having a 3G pitch because he knows the benefits of the community. And I just wish something could happen with Kettering so we can get back up there in the National League and be a force again.
Don't we all? Well, one person that did play in the National League alongside you, of course, was none other than striker supreme. I've known Phil for quite a while with his stints with Kettering Town, and he's waiting patiently in the back there, so we're going to introduce, I'm sure some of you will know who he is, and if those that you don't, you better get a history lesson, but it's Phil Brown. Welcome, Phil, once again to the club. Bit different circumstances than the last time that you were here. It's a different surroundings.
Yeah.
But 382 appearances and 87 goals for the club. Second behind Frankie Murphy on the goal-scoring front since 1979. Still holding that position. Young Solkin still trying to snap at your heels. I'm sure he'll try and overtake you, but your time might run out. You never know.
I think I'll still be on the podium though.
You'll still be on the podium, but you've had Wembley, you've had Blackburn Rovers, you've had goals against Colchester United, screamers against them. Your good friend Gareth, of course, which we can mention. Boston United, where you scored that goal that relegated them and saved us. You've had it all, Phil. What are your memories of being with Kettering Town and playing with the big man next to you as well?
Just great memories. There were some tough times, but we always seemed to pull together. Just as a players, as a club, there were great support from the supporters, from backroom staff, and we spoke on the way down. It's just happy times. That's what the overriding thought that you've got. Yeah.
I mean, I remember you in particular, Phil, were with the club when we were put into administration that fateful night. I think it was at Telford United. We had Paul Nicol in a few months ago talking about it as well. But that could have been the night that Kettering Town were finished. Yeah,
I remember we had to have a vote before that game. There were 7 contracted players, and we found out just before that game that none of us were insured. But we were told if we didn't play, there was a chance the club would go down, and we voted 4-3 to play to keep the club going. I was one of the 4, by the way. Yeah, and I think we lost that night, but
3-1 I think it was in the end.
Yeah,
it wasn't the result, was it? It wasn't mattered. It was
just to play and keep the club going. Obviously, we went into administration. Some of us were members of the PFA. We didn't get much support from them. We all had wage reductions, and me and Gareth kind of got put on the staff for a little while, going to schools and trying to claw some money back from people who owed the club money.
Was that with the old baseball bats going around?
Well, we weren't the biggest lads, so I don't think we scared anybody. But
you mentioned Gareth, a great friend of yours who tragically left us quite a few years ago now. But you were great mates, weren't you?
Yeah, great mates. We had some great times.
Most of it unprintable or unusable that we can say on here. But
no, we were that close. He ended up going out with my sister-in-law at one time. We were a happy foursome for a while, and I remember at Blackburn, I think we were 4-0 down, but I scored, and he was still the first one from sweeper to get across to me.
That was a great goal. It was a great atmosphere, wasn't it, that day?
Great memories. We didn't play too bad, to be fair. We gave them a game, and
I said to Nicol that I think before Blackburn got their opening goal, Trevor Slack had a chance from a corner that was cleared off the line. I think it was to go 1-0 up.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we had a chance, and we played quite well. And they were a really big club at the time. I know they were in the second tier, but the players they were signing, Kenny Dalglish, manager. Jack Walker's millions behind him.
David Speedy was there, wasn't he? And
I think he scored.
He did. Yeah.
Gordon Cowan scored, and it was just great for the fans because I think we're about 20 minutes to go. I think the shout went up. All we were saying is give us a goal, and it was just great moment to actually do that.
It is. We actually have. We got that goal on camera at all? Have we got that? Can we bring that one up? It's a bit murky maybe at the back, but let's see if we can show that. So I don't know if you can see this, Phil. It's a bit. You see it
I
behind
think it's
us?
actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into Trevor. 'Christie. He knocks it down. I have a touch, and then. I think it's actually Paul Nicol there who puts it into That one, my bad foot actually. Right in the top corner.
We had one.
I think
We had a good one.
I think you see Gareth come sprinting across from nowhere in a minute. There he is. Yeah, happy memories, and just to turn. There you go. They were going wild. It was a great moment. Yeah, and we'd done ever so well. I mean, it was the year when we were really in financial trouble, and I remember Jim Lynch saying that getting to the third round and the receipts from that was 50,000, and that getting to that stage probably helped save the club as well. So yeah, great run. I think we played 9 games.
Yeah,
we only got to the third round.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most teams win it by then, don't they? 9 games. But my memory of that game is the Blackburn Rovers fans going out of the game and our fans singing "We Can See You Sneaking Out." You know, where it's normally the other way around.
I remember playing in the. I think it was around before that. 2-1 at Maidstone.
Yeah.
I think I scored.
Oxbow own goal, wasn't it? And
yeah, and I think I got the equaliser, and I ran over to our fans, and you just got mental, don't you? And it was on Match of the Day at night, and I was watching it, and the mother-in-law was sat there, and my language wasn't too good. I didn't realise that the BBC cameras were up above, and I got told off from the mother-in-law for swearing on telly. So.
Oh, excellent. Playing together, you did that a few times, not as many times as probably you wanted to, but is there a game that stands out where you both played together that you can remember? No, it looks like is the answer there. Let's talk about Wembley then.
Yeah, no, Bo weren't there for that. We were Adam Sollitt in goal for
It
that.
was.
But
there's actually two points in that game for me that really stood out. Was when I think it was Craig Norman went off, injured. And when he went off, it seemed the tide changed, and Adam was exposed, wasn't he, for 2 of the goals?
Yeah, I think Adam, he was upset with himself, but I mean, he played absolutely brilliant every game. He had a good game in the final, but his standard was so high, he blamed himself. But we gave it everything. I don't think I've ever been as tired in a game. The pitches, it was beautiful. But it was so spongy. I remember turning around and sprinting back after 17 minutes. This is going to be a long game, and I think we did everything we could to get back into it and take the lead, and I think it just had an effect coming towards the end. They had quite a few quick players, and I think that told
Simba, wasn't it? I think one of them that you actually played for Kettering later on.
Signing, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the force though that when he played for us, was it? That
He
final.
had a few injuries when he came to Kettering. Yeah.
What's it like watching it, Ian? When you see like Phil on there at Wembley and that, and you're thinking that could have been me, maybe.
Yeah, you just wish, don't you?
You do.
You never get to achieve it. And I remind Adam Sollitt every day about the 2 goals. I speak to him every day.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, I'll remind him of that, don't worry.
I've seen a few things on Facebook between you, I think. It says good goalkeeping union then still, yeah?
It is, yeah. We used to work together as well a couple of years ago, but we're still good friends, like.
Managers, let's talk about managers. You've both played under the same manager, and I think Phil played under a few more than... Peter Morris managed the first when you came, wasn't he? Because you were only for 2 games, weren't you, I think?
2 games, and then Peter Morris signed me again
yes.
when I came the second time, yeah.
And it was it Dave Cusack or Graham Carr when you first... Well, no, Peter Morris first, wasn't it? Peter Morris, but then...
Peter Morris and then Dave Cusack for a while.
What was that like under Cusack? Not many people seem to remember too much about playing underneath him. It was only an 8-game spell under the Mark English era. It must have been a very, very difficult time to play under.
I didn't personally enjoy it, no.
No.
I grew quite close to Peter Morris and Dave Cusack's way with contracts, and he brought his brother in and stuff like that. He brought his own players in, and it seemed as though people who'd stayed were pushed into the background, and then Graham Carr came, and he was a rallying call from him.
It was
backs against the wall.
It was a good laugh though as well, wasn't it?
We had a certain system. It went till years after that I realised that his little son, who used to come on ball boy at training, was Alan Carr. But he got us together. He bonded us. He brought a few lads in from Reed, Irving Gurnham. You know, I wouldn't say the football was the best, but he
got results, didn't it?
Played a system, and he just said he wanted
57 players that season we used.
Was it?
Yes, 57 players.
He just said to me and Biddy Riley, look, we're going to play a 4 and a 4, and you two just go and do what you want.
He played you at fullback, didn't he, occasionally, didn't he? Played you at fullback?
Yeah, we got some injuries on the second season, and I ended up going to fullback, and I remember playing in a game a few years later, and obviously you've read my stats out, and I came down for this game, and one of the supporters said, "Oh, Phil Brown, brilliant, one of the best right backs we've ever had." All the goals were forgotten. I must have been a decent right back.
Manage yourself, Ian. Who was your favourite manager, Kettering manager?
Probably Peter Morris.
Peter Morris.
Yeah. I enjoyed it with Shutter.
Yeah, Shutty again. I always remember him when we got relegated. His famous MacArthur words were, "We'll be back," and sure enough, the next season we were. But it did seem to take all the finances out of Kettering that season.
It did, yeah. I think Shutter, sometimes he was a bit naive with his management, but Peter Morris is still a guy. He knows his football inside out. Yeah.
Shutty came from Leeds, didn't he? And he had that knowledge, I suppose, of that level.
Yeah.
But non-league level, he went to Bradford Park Avenue, I think, after.
Well, I played at Bradford City with Carl, and obviously I'm from Sheffield. He's from Sheffield, so we knew each other. And he went to Bradford Park Avenue, and I was on loan at Hucknall Town from Worksop, and they were supposed to be playing Worksop on the, but he didn't know I'd gone on loan to Hucknall, so he ends up telling me all their team are going to play on the Saturday, and we were playing Bradford Park Avenue. So he's turned up at the ground. And he went, "What are you doing there?" I said, "I'm playing for Hucknall." I went, "I've just told you my team and what we're going to do." I went, "Yeah, no, thanks."
Did you win?
Yeah, 2-0.
Own goal scored there. Oh dear. Well, do you keep in contact? Well, not in contact, but do you look at the Kettering results and see how things
Oh yes,
have gone?
yeah, of course we do.
So it was one of the first results you look for, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I always remember you, Phil, when we were again under that administration period. We played away at Boston United one night, and we had to win that game to stay up. And you scored the winning goal that sent them down. Then 2 seasons later, under Peter Morris, you played for Boston United. Must be strange for a player to do that. You know, swap clubs, relegate one to a certain extent, then go and play for them. Is it just being a footballer's life? You just get on with it.
It was quite a sad night, really, because Peter Morris had tried to sign me for Boston. And I went across and had talks with him, and they offered me some good money, and I said, "I can't." I said, "Boston fans don't like me because I scored the winner on Boxing Day for Lincoln City." I said, "So they'll not want me here." He says, "Oh, that was years ago, forget about it." He took me into the office and introduced me to the secretary, and he said, "This is Phil Brown." He went, "I know who that is, it's him who scored against us on Boxing Day." So I thought I might not be quite welcome there, but it was actually that night we went, and it was, and I felt so sorry for Peter and obviously Ernie, and it was when I left here, well, when they let me go here, should I say, first time around, it was Mel Sterland who took me to Boston United, and
because you were with Boston when you had your testimonial, weren't you, at the time?
We were at Boston, and then we came down to Rockingham Road, and Mel Sterland had put a side together and could put some celebrities in it, and it was a great night for me.
Didn't your brother play on that one?
My brother played. He was a pro at Chesterfield winner, and he played in that game. My kids were mascots, and it was great to come back. And obviously, I had got released. I think that was a period when I was a bit surprised. I think I'd won the Player of the Year, and I read later that Mr. Manager had said that he wanted players who lived in the local area, and that I'd refused to move down, and that wasn't the case. I'd never been offered any terms to come down or move down, or so. I was more surprised, or gutted actually, when I got released, and I didn't find out myself. Gareth phoned me. He says, "Can you believe this? I've got my letter, and it's thanking me and you for our contribution to Kettering Town." I says, "I haven't been home yet. I haven't got a letter."
It's a good job. It's a good job. It's letters then on social media today. Twitter.
So Gareth let me know that I'd been released first time. Yeah.
Just because it's a gut wrenching when that happens, all the service you put in, and
it is. I mean, the second time, obviously, I was gutted on that last day that we got relegated, and it was difficult playing for Shutter, I must admit. Like Bo's just said, I think Peter Morris was the best manager I played under, and then I moved because some of the places I had to work Saturday morning sometimes, and some of the places down south I just wouldn't have been able to get to. So, like Bo said, a move up north came, and I had to take it.
Well, we could talk all afternoon, but I can see on my left-hand side here that the teams are in the tunnel, so we'll be joining the commentary team of Ed Palmer, and I think I might be clambering up that gantry as well in a little while. But it's been a pleasure to have you both in the studio, Phil and Ian. It's great to see you again. Enjoy the day. Let's hope the Poppies win. Go and have some entertainment with over the side there in the boardroom, etc. I'm sure some of the fans will be delighted to see you. Thanks for coming over. Let's hope we can see you again and carry on this interesting conversation as the Poppies now come out onto the park. Great to see you.
Lovely. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you on here.
Anytime.
Anytime indeed. That's great. We're going to nip off and we'll go upstairs now and join Ed Palmer.